Welcome back. We are now doing the review for our homework number 20, which is going to be a lesson on tangents in a circle, tangent lines, tangent segments in a circle. Our first question is going to be number 1. In diagram shown, BC is tangent to circle A at point C. If AB is 17, let's label that then. AB is 17, and then BC is 15. Which of the following is the length of circle A? Well, the radius circle A. Well, a couple of things. First, we'll draw circle A, radius in this case, from C to A. Now, how do we know that's the radius? Well, it goes back to what we know about tangent line. First off, a tangent is a line that intersects a circle at exactly one point. The point where the tangent intersects a circle is called the point of tangency. And we know that, or should know, that a tangent line is perpendicular to the radius intersects at the point of tangency. So the tangent line is kind of like a line that's going to touch the circle at one point. One might think of it as like the way the circle is kind of rolling on the line, but at that one point of contact. Or in this case, if you ever picked up a meatball with chopsticks, the point of contact of your chopstick to the meatball will be the point of tangency. So that's one way to look at it, though. Okay, so let's go back to our question. So we know that the radius is going to be perpendicular to our tangent segment or tangent line. And so here we have a right triangle. That being the case, we can set together Pythagorean Theorem. I'll call this A. So we'll have A squared plus 15 squared equals 17 squared. Now, well, 15 squared is 225. And 17 squared is 289, so we're going to subtract 225 from both sides. A squared is equal to, it looks like 64, which means A must be equal to 8 because we take the square root of both sides. And so the radius measurement of our circle A has to be 8. That's choice 2. So we are using the concept that a tangent line is perpendicular to the radius intersects at that point of tangency, this being the case point C. Let's move on to question number 2. Circle O has diameter length of 16. So let's kind of draw circle O. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant a point here because I need the center. And then I'm going to, in this case, be able to draw a circle here. Okay. All right, kind of moved a little bit, that's okay though. So, and now, the diameter is 16 and the point C is located outside the circle such that it lies 12 units from the circle center. So let me just, at this point, just draw our diameter, but let's stretch it outwards. And so we're going to be somewhere over here. And this point out here, we're going to call point C. So this is point C. Okay? All right. Fantastic. Now, it says here, what would the length of a segment draw from C tangent to the circle? Okay. So here's a segment draw from C, and it's going to intersect the circle at one point. So we want to find that point intersection somewhere over here about. Okay? All right. So now, and you know what? Well, this is point A, circle A, or circle O actually. Circle O. And so I'm gonna call this point B. The point tangency, I'll call it B. That's, you can name it if you want to call it B though. Now we want to find in this case the length of the tangent segment. Well, again, in the same way we're going to do is I'm going to connect the line segment from point B, the point tangency, to O, because here we have a radius. Okay. All right. And we know that we should have in this case a right angle because it should be perpendicular. Now, you know, could have drawn this a little better, but it's the theory behind it though. Now, so we have the circle and we have our extended diameter outwards because it's the same thing. Because we know our diameter is going to be 16. That would mean that OB, a radius, would be the same as this radius here, 8, okay, because a radius is half the diameter. Okay, now we're also told that the measure of the point A, point C is located 12 units from the circle center. So this must be 12. Okay, and so now we're trying to find this measurement here. Okay, and I'll call this point, this B here in this case, CB being B, because again, just like the last problem, we're using Pythagorean Theorem. And so we're going to do in the following, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. In this case, our A value is going to be 8. 8 squared plus B squared equals 12 squared, because that's the measure of our hypotenuse in this case. Now again, we found the measure of OB because the diameter is 16, the radius must be 8. All right, so here we go. We get 64 plus B squared equals 144. We'll subtract 64 from both sides and get B squared is equal to, well, this is not going to be a perfect square, instead 80. So that being the case, that means B is equal to the square root of 80. Now, again, what would the length of a segment drawn from C tangent to circle O be? Express your answer in simplest radical form. So we would have to change this to the square root of 16, because that's the largest perfect square, divides evenly to 80. And of course, the other factor 5. Therefore, we're going to say CB, this tangent segment, must be 4 square root of 5 units. Okay? All right, so again, we use this concept that a tangent line or a tangent segment is perpendicular to the radius intersects at the point of tangency. All right, question number 3. So this will be question 3. This will be the last question for part 1 of our review, because again, the other questions are going to be a little lengthy explanation, and we'll make sure to cover ideas as well. So so expect to please make sure you watch part 2 and part 3 of this review. Okay, here we go. Question number 3. All right, same idea. So we have, segment CD is tangent to the circle at point D. If CD is 23, so we're going to put 23 here, and CA is 28, all we really need to do is to attach the line segment A to point D, and we know, again, this is a right triangle, because of the fact the radius is perpendicular to the tangent segment at the point of tangency. So we're looking for the measure angle C. So to do this, we're going to use, well, we're looking at angle C, we have the leg adjacent and the hypotenuse of the right triangle. That would mean we're doing the cosine of the angle. So cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So we're going to do cosine of angle C is equal to 23 over 28. Now, to find the angle measure, we just use the inverse trig function in cosine -1 of 23 over 28. So let's break out the calculator. All right, so second cosine of 23 divided by 28. Close parenthesis. Now, before I hit enter, I'm going to check mode, make sure I'm in degree mode. Okay, good. Second, quit to go back to home screen, then hit enter. Okay, because we want to make sure we're in degree mode. And so to the nearest degree, we have 34.77194403, and it goes on because it's an irrational number. But in this case, we round to the nearest degree, we would have 35 degrees. So our answer in this case would be 35 degrees, which is going to be choice 4. Okay, all right, so covering the first concept here, we know that a tangent segment is a line, or in this case, the tangent segment is a line segment that is formed by a point outside the circle and a point on the circle, in this case, point on the tangent line. This tangent segment is going to be on the tangent line. And the tangent segment or tangent line will be perpendicular to the radius intersects at the point of tangency. So we know we're going to have a right angle, okay, because perpendicular lines form right angles. I hope this was helpful to you guys, and hope this you guys. I know it's gonna be kind of tricky for some of this material we're doing, but don't give up. Okay, stick with it, and practice. Because in this case, there's a lot of different ideas and circles, and we're gonna bring in some other concepts from before. So I can see why some of this will be tricky because it's the first time for you, some of you. But keep at it. All right, and hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, as always, please hit the like. Appreciate that. And leave any questions or comments below. Sometimes I make mistakes, and a little frustrating when I don't catch them on the video. But you know what though, I appreciate you watching and catching it for me. All right, I appreciate that. Okay, so again, any questions or comments in the comment section below. Even if you want to see a different topic, definitely request that as well too. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification button for when new videos do hit the channel. I appreciate everything, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Be safe.